Hi there, I'm Darryl Williams from FandangoProductions.com. This is part 4 of building a GIF viewer using wxFormBuilder. In the previous tutorial, part 3, we opened idle and then we got the folder GIF.py. This is our project folder, GIF viewer. And in the DeskToad folder we've got wxViewer.py. This is the code that was generated by wxFormBuilder. Okay, so we have a look at the code here. In wxFormBuilder, this is the Python code that was generated, and now when we look at, we have idle and we look here, we've added a main loop. And when we ran it, if you remember, to run it you use the function key F5. So when we press F5 we get this error inconsistent indentation detected. Your indentation is outright incorrect, easy to fix, or your indentation mixes tabs and spaces. Okay, now we can fix this up in idle, that's what I said, but we don't want to do that. We want to create a script that will automatically clean up the code so that we can run it. Okay, for instance here, this line here, I click the first column, I hit the right arrow key, got 1, 2, they are tabs. I click this line, this is the code that we pasted in here for the main loop. I'll use the right arrow key again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 spaces. 4 spaces equals 1 indent. So it's 2 indents, as in the case of here, 2 tabs. We don't want to use tabs, we use spaces. That is a Pythonic method of using indentations. Okay, so part 4, what I'll be explaining is how you can clean up this code, get rid of the tabs and insert spaces. Another thing is that I used to use boa constructor. So I'm used to the widget names in boa constructor. Now in wxFormBuilder it has m underscore in all the widgets, the widget names. I want to remove that also, so it's not m underscore panel main, it'll be panel main, if that makes sense. Okay, so this code doesn't work. Now you might be wondering, why do we generate the code? Sorry, I'll go back here. Why is it that here we have said when we click the generate button to generate the code that we want to save it in the DeskToad folder under GIF viewer. Here we are, gifviewer.py. Why do we want to do that? Well, I'll explain why. This is the code that we got from the DeskToad. Here we go, DeskToad folder, GIF viewer. Alright, this is a code that was generated and we added the main loop. Alright, now just remember we added the main loop. I will close this and then I'll go into FormBuilder and generate the code. Then I'll go into idle, I'll open, we go here, GIF viewer, here we go. Now I open GIF viewer in the DeskToad folder, open that, there's no main loop because every time you generate the code through wxFormBuilder it replaces the code that is in the DeskToad folder. So the reason why we create the DeskToad folder is so that when we generate code from wxFormBuilder, it will be placed in the DeskToad folder. And you're probably wondering, why did I call it DeskToad? Well, this here is SRC, and you'd be familiar with that, say in HTML or JavaScript. SRC means source, okay? And I wanted to call this decode, but Windows wouldn't let me because that's the key word, decode. So I put an S in it. So I call it DeskToad, or it could be decode with a silent S. So we have generated GIF viewer with wxFormBuilder. So we want to create a script that will read this file, the original file in the DeskToad folder, clean it up, and then put it in the source code folder. Okay, so we'll do that right now. So we will keep this one open, this file open, and we'll create a new file in idle. Okay, so now we're going to create a file which we'll call FrameCleaner.py. I think I mentioned this before. What the script is that I'm creating in idle, I always put the name of the script in the first line with a comment it out. I do that so that if I've got I might have 20 idle windows open, and it's really tedious reading all of this. But if I have a file name, then I know which one I'm working with. Okay, so we want to import OS, operating system. Then we create a function called CleanFrame. And yeah, we'll create a function, and we'll call it src file equals os path join. Okay, now just go down here and we'll go prj dir equals r file name equals, okay, and then we'll go here to the DeskToad folder, and we'll go to the project folder GIF viewer, and we'll copy that and paste it in here, and then the file name, open this, and call it GIF viewer. We don't put Python on the end. There'll be a reason for this down the track. Okay, so now we go project directory, comma, and file name. Okay, new line, we got print quote, single quote, cleaning DeskToad file, colon, S, there we go, file name, plus, single quotes, .py. Then the next line, we go here, we copy this part of the function code, place that there. Okay, and I'll put out stat equals that, and we'll copy this, print clean DeskToad file and save in source folder s outstat means output status. Okay, so now up here we copy this, yeah, and then we go plus backslash code, that's the DeskToad folder, and here plus we go .py. Now we could have put .py in the file name here, but I don't want to do that. There is a reason for this, and you'll understand as we go along. Okay, so now we want to open the file, and this is called, copy that, save me typing it, comma, double quote, two single quotes I mean. There you go, F, no, I've done that. So code in equals F dot read. So code in is everything that is in the GIF viewer file, and then we go code in equals, copy that, code in replace backslash T, that is a tab, and we want to replace it with two single quotes. In there go a space, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now copy that, and I want to clean up the M underscore and replace it with nothing. Okay, F close, so we close that. Now we're going to put that there, new line, 4, 5, save src code, and we go output. Well, actually we can copy this up here. So we call this out file prj. We change that one to src, same file name pi, and we'll go f dot open, and we'll go, actually I can just copy this, should have done that from the start. Okay, paste that, src file becomes out file, and w for write, and we go f write code in, which is here, this code in. Well, we replace that in code in. Code in is from the desk file folder, And now we're going to write that code in the src folder. And we go f.close there and return, and just a string complete, which means here we're calling the CleanFrame. Here we're calling the CleanFrame function. Here is the CleanFrame function, all here. When it's done, it will return a string called complete, which is in the out status here. And so just copy the file name. That's the reason why, one of the reasons why I put it up the tops, so I can copy it. I don't have to type it out. Save as, and then I will go into my source folder, paste it, put it in there, and now we go F5. Remember that? Run module F5, function key 5, press that. Not enough arguments for string. Line 30. Right, I should have fixed that up there. So, and I'll put a full stop. Okay, I copied. Yeah, I copied this here to there. Right, it should have only been one in folder S. Okay, save that, run it. Okay, clean DeskToad file and save in src folder. So I'll put that over here. Now this is saved in the source folder, so when I open, it's in the source folder, and there is our GIF viewer. So I'll put that over here. Go up here. Are there any tabs? No. Go back, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we replace the tabs with spaces. And also, where's the panel? There's no M underscore, so we clean that up. Okay, now you remember this file here that we put in the loop. So copy that. Reason why I'm copying the top line from the hash is because I'm going to go in front of the def, or the function there, paste. There is, okay, this one has to go across one, so I go control, the close bracket, square bracket, there you go, move that across. Now I save that, and now I'll scroll that up there, scroll that one up there, or not scroll it, I'm just adjusting it so that, okay, so this one, this frame, this idle window is active, so when I press F5 it'll run. I'm not running it yet. So we now have the loop, and the tabs have been removed, the indents are replaced from tabs to spaces. Okay, let's press function key F5. Have an error. Whoops, forgot to put the file name, the frame name in that code. Now I'm doing this manually. If only we could do this automatically. Well, we can. That'll be in the next tutorial. Paste that, save it, Control S, function F5 key, press. Got an error. Initiate. Frame equals frame main. Type error. Initiate takes exactly 2 arguments, 1 given. Okay, that's a little confusing. Took a while to work it out. what we do is here, definition, remove the parent. Okay, the frame, this is an app. Go down the bottom, it is the app. Alright, and this is the frame in the app. This frame doesn't have a parent. It is the parent. That's why I moved parent from here. It doesn't have a parent, it is the parent. And then under parent we'll say none. This is the parent. It doesn't have a parent, so the parent is none. Then we go Control S to save, run. There it is. It works. That's it. It works. And we have a script now that will clean up this code. But we had to manually change the settings here. We had to manually put the frame name in. Okay, and we're not using XRC, we're using wxPython. We're not using an XRC file, so we remove that too. And I would prefer to clean this up because to me this is all clutter, and I would prefer to clean all this up using a script so it's automatic. Okay, and then when I press F5 it runs, it works. So this has done its job in cleaning the tabs and removing the M underscore, but I had to make some other adjustments. So next tutorial I will give you more code that will add to this script so that once you get a generated file, wxFormBuilder, you click generate, you go into the source file, you open up the frame cleaner. Here is the frame cleaner. Okay, it'll grab the code from the DeskToad, it'll clean it up, but we'll add some additional code that will do what we did manually. It'll speed up the process. Okay, so that's the tutorial for now. I hope this has been helpful. I did get a comment on YouTube saying that apparently my tutorials are awesome, so I appreciate that comment. So please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and any questions that you may have, leave a comment below this video or the other videos that you may have a question about. Okay, so till the next tutorial, I hope you enjoyed all these tutorials, and I'll see you with the next tutorial. Goodbye.